Hello everyone, I am Joene Barola and I'm going to do the tissue processing infiltration.
In this experiment, all we need are candles and our tissue specimen. This is the first step.
Let's put our candles inside the oven until it melts. Wait until the wax melts.
Put our tissue specimen on the first infiltration bath. Put back the first infiltration bath into the oven and wait for 15 minutes. Now that 15 minutes have passed, remove the first and second infiltration bath and transfer the tissue specimen to the second infiltration bath. Once done, put the second infiltration bath back to the oven and wait for another 15 minutes. Now that 15 minutes have passed, remove the first and second infiltration bath and transfer the tissue specimen to the second infiltration bath. Once done, put the second infiltration bath back to the oven and wait for another 15 minutes.
Let's transfer the tissue specimen to our third infiltration bath.
As per usual, put the third infiltration bath back to the oven and wait for 15 minutes. We are almost done to our tissue processing. Remove the third infiltration bath and the fourth infiltration bath. Transfer the tissue specimen on the third infiltration bath to the fourth infiltration bath. We are down to our last procedure. Put the fourth infiltration bath with the tissue specimen to the oven and wait for another 15 minutes before we proceed to embedding.
Good evening everyone, I am Patalinhug and I'm going to be demonstrating the embedding procedure. Okay, so before I put on my complete personal protective equipment, I'm gonna first defining you what is embedding and what is embedding in histopathology. So embedding is the process in which the tissue or the specimen are enclosed in a mass of the embedding medium using a mold. Since the tissue blocks are very thin in thickness, they need a supporting medium in which the tissue blocks are embedded. This supporting medium is called the embedding medium. So that's it for our definition. Now we will proceed to our experiment and I will put on my personal protective. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is that we're gonna put a base wax in our infiltrating medium so that there will be a base when we put our tissue specimen. So now we're gonna use this because the melted paraffin wax is still hot. Okay. Now that we have a base wax already, we're gonna put our tissue specimen and the embedding here. And then after that, we're gonna put wax again so that it will infiltrate the tissue even more. And it can enclose the tissue so that it can be sectioned properly. Okay, after this, we will gonna wait for this to dry and we'll have a cell block that will be used for sectioning. So we're gonna wait for about an hour. Okay, so now that our melted paraffin has completely dried out because of the room temperature, we will gonna get it now. So this is our cell block that we will gonna use so that we can cut this in the microtome properly. Okay, so that's it for our embedding procedure. Once again, I am Patalinhug, and we're gonna proceed to the next procedure after embedding.
The next procedure is floating out and fishing out of tissue section. Now all we need in this procedure is a bowl full of water to act as our water bath, glass slides, onion skin, and an egg albumin to act as our adhesive. Now the first step is to rinse our glass slides with 95% alcohol and wipe them dry with a clean cloth. After rinsing the slides, we will now label it by using a lead pencil. In order for our tissue ribbons to stick in our glass slides, we will spread a thin film of adhesive on the surface of it, which in this case, our egg albumin. And now that our glass slides are all ready, we will put the tissue sections on our water bath. This allows the tissue to relax and smooth out prior to being mounted on a glass slide. Now in fishing out the tissue section, place the glass slide vertically near the target section and pull out gently to avoid wrinkles. And this is the final result.
Prior to hematoxylin and eosin staining, application of adhesive to the slide and fishing out of the specimen from the flotation bath is performed. With hematoxylin and eosin staining, the slide along with the specimen is immersed in saline for 2 changes at 5 minutes each. This is followed by dipping the slide in alcohol form well 10 times. Next, the slide is dipped in 95% ethanol for 3 changes with 10 dips each. Wash slides in soapy water and remove excess albumin or impurities using a cotton swab. Make sure to not touch the tissue sections. Then we rinse the slide well with clean water and drain excess water on paper towels.
We will now stain the slide in hematoxylin for 5 to 10 minutes. We will then drain excess stain and rinse with water. Next, we are going to decolorize sections in acid alcohol by 2 quick dips. We will then rinse slides immediately in water. In this step, we are going to immerse slides in ammonia water until tissue turns blue. We will then rinse it again in water and drain excess water on paper towels. In here, we will stain slide with eosine Y for 1.5 to 3 minutes. We will drain excess stain, then rinse well with water and drain excess water on paper towels. We will then dip it in 95% ethanol, and we're going to change it 3 times with 10 dips each. Lastly, we will dip the slides in saline, and we're going to change it 3 times with 10 dips each. After immersing the slides in all of the reagents mentioned, we will wipe the edges and the back of the slide to clean it. We must take extra care not to touch the sections.
mounting is done by applying syrup fluid between the section and the cover slip. It tightly secures the portion and prevents the cover slip from moving. Its primary function is to protect the stained portion against scratches, bleaching, and degradation. So let's start! We have our glass slides with our stained specimen, our mounting media, and our cover slip. And there are two methods of mounting. So first is the slide method. We choose an appropriate size for the cover slip and it is selected and laid on the blotting paper. So next, we add 1 or 2 drops of mountant on our slide containing the section, preferably in the middle to avoid the trapping of air bubbles. Next, we get our cover slip and we gently put our cover slip now we put the glass on the sides to avoid any excess. Spreads under the cover slip and slides with the cover slip attached. It's quickly inverted and there. Second is the cover slip method. So first, we add the mountant on the cover slip in the center. Drops of the center. Then we bring the slide down to the cover slip and let the surface tension pull the cover slip. Any excess on our paper or tissue to let not get messy. And there. That is the cover slip method. Remember that if there isn't enough mounting material, air bubbles will form around the borders of the cover slip, making it tempting to press down to achieve a tight seal. However, this pressure can crush and deform the sample's 3D structure. It's best to apply enough mountant to the cover slip to avoid pressing it, because if we apply too much mounting media, it would become sloppy and displace the samples, making it impossible to image. And if there is a single air bubble, it can be removed with gentle pressure. However, if there are numerous amounts of these air bubbles, we should put the slide back in silently. That is all. Thank you.